that is chapter number 6 of the 9th ICSE, that is indices. Okay, before starting this chapter, we will first see some laws of indices, and while watching this video, you also simultaneously write that laws in your notebook. Okay, for example, if we have a raised to m multiplied by a raised to n, okay, we will relate this with an example. That is, suppose we have 7 raised to 2 multiplied by 7 raised to 3. Okay, whenever we have two bases as same, these are called base and these are called index. Okay, so base are same and we have multiplication, so we will add this. Okay, so a raised to m multiplied by a raised to n can be written as a raised to m plus n. Okay, so in this case what will happen? 7 raised to 2, 7 raised to 3 will become 7 raised to 2 plus 3, which is nothing but 7 raised to 5. Okay, I should see this example in your notebook. Now, next, if we have a raised to m divided by a raised to n, if in multiplication we add it, in division we will subtract it, that is a raised to m minus n. If we have 9 raised to 7 divided by 9 raised to 4, so the answer will be 9 raised to 7 minus 4, that will be 9 raised to 3. Okay, this example can also be written as like this, 9 raised to 7 divided by 9 raised to 4, sorry. So the answer is, it is division, so it is 9 raised to 7 minus 4 and it is again 9 raised to 3. Okay, I should see this example in your notebook. Now, a raised to m whole raised to n. Okay, we have bracket over here, so it is a raised to mn. This gets multiplied. We will see one example. Suppose we have 2 raised to 4 whole raised to 2, so it can be written as 2 raised to 4 2s are, that is 2 raised to 8. Okay, now if we have a raised to minus m, okay, the index is negative over here. If the index is negative, it can be written as 1 upon a raised to m, that is 1 upon the positive index. Okay, and in the reverse case, if we are having like this, a raised to minus m, this will go up and become a raised to m. Okay, and anything raised to 0, anything raised to 0 is always 1. Remember that anything raised to 0 is always 1, and any number raised to 1 is the number itself. That is, if you have 100 raised to 1, it will be 100. But if you have 100 raised to 0, anything raised to 0 will be 1. Okay, remember that. And if any other property is remaining, okay, I will just tell you when I am solving the sums. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. And if anything is remaining, I will tell you. Okay, now in the very first part of the first exercise, we have 125 raised to 3. Pay attention, 125 is nothing but it is a cube of 5. So I can say that 125 can be written as 5 raised to 3 and this whole raised to 1 upon 3. Okay, so we know that a raised to m raised to n can be written as a raised to mn. Okay, so this will become 5 raised to 3 multiplied by 1 upon 3 as a raised to m raised to n is equal to a raised to mn. So 3 gets cancelled. So the answer is 5 raised to 1. Okay. Now we'll see the second part of the first question. See these questions properly so that you can understand it better. Okay, when you are solving the difficult or toughest sum of this lesson. 8 can be written as 2 raised to 3 and whole raised to 2 upon 3. Okay, so this gets multiplied, 2 raised to 3 multiplied by 2 upon 3. Okay, multiplied by 2 upon 3. What is the reason? A raised to m raised to n is equal to a raised to mn. Okay, the same reason in the previous one. So 3 gets cancelled. We have 2 raised to 2 and 2 raised to 2 is 4. Okay. Now we'll see the third sum. What is there in the third sum? 1 upon 5 raised to minus 2. Okay. See, here the index of 5 is nothing but 1. Okay. If there is nothing in the index, you can say the index is 1. Okay. If we have 1 upon 5 raised to 1, so this can be written as 5 raised to minus 1. Okay. You have seen the laws of indices, right? So anything there in denominator, if it goes in the numerator, we have a minus sign with the index. Raised to minus 2. So 5 raised to minus 1 multiplied by minus 2. Laws of indices. So we have 5 raised to minus minus plus 2 ones are 2 and 5 square is 25. So this is the solution for the third one. Now the fourth one. 16. 16, we can see 4 in the denominator. Okay. So 16 can be written as 2 raised to 4. Okay. How can you understand this? Just find the factors. 2 8s are 16, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 2 1s are. So we have 2 raised to 4. Okay. And whole raised to minus 3 upon 4. So this becomes 2 raised to 4 multiplied by minus 3 upon 4. 4 gets cancelled. We have 2 raised to minus 3. If there is minus sign in the index, we can write this as 1 upon 2 raised to 3. Minus sign goes in the denominator, becomes plus. So it is 1 upon 2 cube is 8. So this is the solution for the fourth one. Okay, now we see the fifth sum. Okay, 32. And in the denominator that is 5. So I can check whether 32 can be written as 2 16s are 2, 8s are 2, 4s are 2, 2s are 2, 1s are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 2 raised to 5. So 32 can be written as 2 raised to 5 whole raised to minus 4 upon 5. Okay, so this 5 and this 5 will get cancelled. So we have 2 raised to minus 4. If we have minus sign in the index, this can be written as 1 upon 2 raised to minus 4 can be written as 1 upon 2 raised to 4. And 2 raised to 4 means 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16. So we have 1 upon 16. Okay. Now the sixth one. What is there in the sixth one? 8 upon 125. Now we know that, and it is 3 over here. So it is a hint that it may be a cube of something. So we have 2 upon 5 whole raised to 3. Okay, we have 2 upon 5 whole raised to 3. 2 cube is 8, 5 cube is 125. And the whole raised to minus 1 upon 3, which is given in the question. Okay, so this 3 and this 3 gets cancelled. Pay attention properly. A very important part is going to come here. So this 3 gets cancelled. We have minus 1 over here. We have minus. Now we have fraction. Generally we do like this. If we have 7 raised to minus 1, we write it as 1 upon 7. Okay. If we have 8 raised to minus 2, we write 1 upon 8 raised to 2. But now if we are having fraction like this, whenever there is minus sign in the index, just reciprocal this. Okay. And this will be plus 1. Okay. It is nothing but 1 upon 2 raised to 5. Okay. 1 goes in the denominator, and again this 5 will go up and become 5 upon 2. So whenever there is a minus sign with the fraction, just reverse the fraction, take the reciprocal of it and change the sign. That minus sign will become plus. So your answer is 5 upon 2 only. Okay. We'll move to the next one. 27. And you can see 3 over here. So it is a common hint that it is 3 raised to 3. Minus 3 raised to 3 is minus 27. Whole raised to 2 upon 3. This 3 gets cancelled. So we have minus 3 raised to 2. 3 square is 9. Minus becomes plus if it is a square. Okay. Now the 8th one. What is there in the 8th one? We have 0.001. Okay. 0.001 can be written as 1 upon 3 zeros mean 1000 whole raised to minus 1 upon 3. Okay. So 1 upon 1000 means it is 10 cube. So I can write 1 upon 10 the whole cube whole raised to the question minus 1 upon 3. So this 3 and this 3 gets cancelled. So I am having 1 upon 10 3 gets cancelled, so we have minus sign. And I told you earlier, if there is minus sign and there is a fraction, just take the reciprocal of it. So it is 10 upon 1 raised to positive 1. 10 upon raised to positive 1 is just 10. Okay. Now we'll move to the next one, the ninth one, and the last part of the first. Okay. We have 27 upon, after point there are 3 numbers, so it is 3 zeros including 1 raised to minus 2 upon 3. See, if there is 3 in the denominator, it means it is something related to cube. So it is 3 upon 10 cube whole raised to minus 2 upon 3 as it is. This denominator 3 and numerator 3 will get cancelled. So we have 3. So we have 3 upon 10 whole raised to what? Minus 2. Now there is a minus sign. So what we will do? As there is a minus sign, we will reciprocal it. And it will become 10 upon 3 minus 2 will become plus 2. I told you to remove the minus sign, just reciprocal it. Now what is 10 square? It is 100. 3 square, it is 9. So the answer for ninth one is 100 upon 9. Now we'll start with the second part of the same lesson. Okay. So this is a question. We have 1 upon 4 raised to minus 2. Now as there is a minus sign in a fraction, we will reciprocal it. So 1 upon 4 becomes 4 upon 1, and upon 1 doesn't make any difference. So it is 4 raised to 2. Okay. 3 as it is. You can say that here it is 8 and here it is 3. So 8 is the cube of 2. So 2 raised to 3 whole raised to 2 upon 3 multiply by 5 raised to 0. Anything raised to 0 is 1 plus. Again there is a minus sign. So I will write 16 upon 9, changing the minus sign to plus sign. Okay. So I am changing the sign and it becomes reciprocal. So we have 4 square, that is 16. These 3 gets cancelled. So we have 3 multiplied by 2 square becomes 4. Any number multiplied by 1 is the number itself. Pay attention. This is 2 over here, and we can say that they are the perfect square. Perfect square means 16 and 9 is 4 upon 3. The whole square. The whole raised to 1 upon 2. 4 square is 16, 3 square is 9, and it is 1 upon 2. So again this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled. So we have 16 minus 4 3s are 12, and it is 4 upon 3. So 16 minus 12, it is 4 plus 4 upon 3. When I will cross multiply it, 4 3s are 12 plus 1 4s are 4 plus 3 1s are 3. So it is 4 3s are 12, 4 1s are 4 upon 3, which gives me 16 upon 3 as the solution. Now we'll start with the second part of the second question. Okay, we have 1 upon 4, square root of 1 upon 4. Square root is easy, 1 square root is 1, 4 square root is 2. Okay, so this 0.01 can be written as 1 upon 100. After point that is 1, and after point there are 2 numbers, so I took it 1 upon 100 raised to minus 1 upon 2. Okay, minus 27 can be written as 3 raised to 3 whole raised to 2 upon 3. 3 raised to 3 is 27, right? 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. And this 3 raised to 0 as it is, or 3 raised to 0 is 1. Okay, 1 upon 2 as it is. It is minus sign, so I will do 100. 1 upon 100 will become 100 upon 1 whole raised to 1 upon 2. Okay, minus this 3 gets cancelled. So we have 3 raised to 2, and any number multiplied by 1 is the number itself. Pay attention. Now it is 100 raised to 1 upon 2. 100 raised to 1 upon 2 is nothing but square root of 100. 100 raised to, or 1000 raised to 1 upon 3 is nothing but cube root of 1000. Okay, so 1 upon 2 is the square root, 1 upon 3 is the cube root, and 1 upon 4th is the fourth root, and so on. So I can say that 1 upon 2 as it is. 100 raised to 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 means square root, and what is the square root of 100? It is 10. Minus 3 square is 9. So we have 1 upon 2 plus 10 minus 9, it is 1. So when I will cross multiply it, 1 1s are 1, 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 1 1s are 1, plus 2 ones are 2, 3 upon 2 is my answer. Okay, now we'll start with the third part. First question of the third part is written on the whiteboard. Okay, so 81 upon 69, you can see 4 in the denominator of the index. So I'll try to write these numbers as the index of 4. Okay, so 81 can be written as, I'll just find the factors of 81. 3 2s are 6, 3 7s are 21, 3 9s are 27, 3 3s are 3 1s are. So 81 can be written as 3 raised to 4 and 16 can be written as 2 raised to 4. So it is 3 upon 2 whole raised to 4, and this minus 3 upon 4 as it is. Okay, multiply by this minus 3 upon 2 when reciprocal becomes 9 upon 25 whole raised to 3 upon 2, minus sign gets plus and this becomes interchange. Divide by, again we have minus 3, so 5 upon 2 becomes 2 upon 5 raised to minus 3 becomes plus 3. Okay, so this 4 gets cancelled. We have 3 upon 2 raised to minus 3. So this 3 upon 2 raised to minus 3 becomes 2 upon 3 raised to minus 3 becomes plus 3. Multiply by 9 upon 25. 9 and 25 both are perfect square, that is 3 upon 5 whole raised to 2. Okay, and whole raised to 3 upon 2. So this 2 will get cancelled. Divided by 2 upon 5 whole raised to 3. Okay, I hope you are understanding it. So 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, multiply by. So 3 cube is 27, 5 cube is 125, divide by 2 cube is 8 and 5 cube is 125. Okay, so I'll write 8 upon 27 as it is, multiply by 27 upon 125. Divide becomes multiply and this part will be reciprocal. Whenever we are changing divide into multiplication, the next term becomes the reciprocal. Okay, so if you observe it properly, okay, first of all I open the bracket so it becomes easier for you to understand. Okay, there are many basic rules which are used in this sum, so star mark this question. Okay, so 125 cancel, 27 cancel, 8 cancel, so everything is cancelled. So answer is 0. No, it is 1. Okay, so the solution for the third part is 1, or the first question of the third part. Okay, now we'll start with the second part of the third question. Okay, there are two questions in each part. 64 raised to 2 upon 3. See what is there in the denominator, that is the hint. It is 3, so it is something which is related to cube root. So 64 is 4 raised to 3 whole raised to 2 upon 3. 64 also can be written as 8 raised to 2. But as there is 3 in the denominator, I wrote it 4 raised to 3. Multiply by 2 raised to minus 2. Okay. Divided by 7 raised to 0. 7 raised to 0 is 1. Okay. Raised to 1 upon 2. Okay. Pay attention everyone. It is divided by 1. Whatever, for example, it is 10,000 divided by 1. It is 10,000. We have root 2 divided by 1. It is root 2. We have anything, suppose 7x divided by 1. Answer is 7x. So the conclusion is any number divided by 1 is a number itself. So you can say that if this number is divided by 1, so 1 doesn't have any value. So 3 gets cancelled. We have 4 raised to 2 multiply by 2 raised to minus 2. This minus 1 divided by 1 gets vanished because anything is there in the denominator. Means if 1 is there in the denominator, it doesn't have any value. Okay. So here 4 can be written as 2 raised to 2. Pay attention properly. 4 can be written as 2 raised to 2. maybe I am doing it in a bit complex way, but I am trying to cover all the properties in the sum. Okay, 2 raised to minus 2 as it is, whole raised to 1 upon 2. Okay, so 4 is written as 2 raised to 2, this 2 as it is. So now the answer is 2 to the 4, 2 raised to 4 multiply by 2 raised to minus 2 is to 1 upon 2. Now the bases are same, so we can add the index. So we have 2 multiplication, so 4 plus minus 2 whole raised to minus 1 upon 2. So 4 minus 2 is 2. We have 2 raised to 2 now, whole raised to minus 1 upon 2. This 2 gets cancelled. We have 2 raised to minus 1. Now we don't want minus sign, so we can write 1 upon 2 raised to 1, or if you don't write 1, it is okay. Okay, so answer is 1 upon 2. Now we'll start with the fourth question of the same exercise. Okay, so we have raised 3 raised to 4. 4 means it is something which is related to the fourth root. So I'll find the factors of 81 again. 3 2s are 6, 7s are 3, 9s are 3, 3s are 3, 1s are. So it is 3 raised to 4. Okay, so I will write 3 raised to 4 whole raised to 3 upon 4 minus. There is a minus sign in the index, so it converted into plus, and this will become reciprocal. 1 upon 32 will become 32 upon 1, and in 1, if 1 is there in the denominator, it doesn't have any value, so it is 2 upon 5. Minus become plus because of the reciprocal. Plus, pay attention, 8 raised to 1 upon 3. 1 upon 3 means cube root. What is the cube root of 8? It is 2. 1 upon 2 raised to minus 1. Minus become plus, so it is 2 upon 1. So 2 upon 1 raised to 1, and anything raised to 0 is 1. Okay, so this 4 gets cancelled. We have 3 raised to 3. What is 3 raised to 3? It is 27. Okay, 32. 32 can be written as 2 raised to 5 whole raised to 2 upon 5. 2 2s are 4. So we have 27 minus this 5 gets cancelled. Again 2 2s are 2 raised to 2 is 4 plus 4. And my plus 4 minus 4 cancel, and the answer is, the solution for the same is 27. Now we'll move to the second part of the fourth question. Okay, 16 can be written as 2 raised to 4 because it is a 4 over here, and 81 can be written as 3 raised to 4. So it is 2 upon 3 whole raised to 4 raised to minus 3 upon 4. Okay, multiply by 49 upon 9, and here it is 2, so it can be written in the form of square root. So square root of 49 is 7, 9 is 3, so 7 upon 9 raised to 2. So 7 square is 49, 3 square is 2, and the whole raised to 3 upon 2 as it is. Okay, divided by 343 and 216, and here it is 3, so I will write 7 upon 6. 7 cube is 343, 6 cube is 216, so I will write 7 upon 6 whole raised to 3 raised to 2 upon 3. So this 4 gets cancelled. I have 2 upon 3 raised to minus 3 multiply by this 2 gets cancelled because this is the denominator and this is there in the numerator. Even though you can see that they are next to each other, but this is in the numerator and this is in the denominator. Okay, pay attention to that. So we have 7 upon 3 raised to 3 divided by these 3 get cancelled. So we have 7 upon 6 raised to 2. Okay, there is the minus sign over here, so I will do it 3 upon 2. I will just reciprocal it to change the minus sign, raised to plus 3 now, multiply by 7 upon 3 whole raised to 3, and divided by, I will just write it as it is, 7 upon 6 raised to 2. Okay, so now I will write this 3 cube and 2 cube as 3 cube upon 2 cube. Okay, I will just separate this cube. Here also 7 cube upon 3 cube. Divide becomes multiply, and this becomes reciprocal, so 6 square upon 7 square. Pay attention, this is reciprocal. Okay, so what things can get easily cancelled? That is 3 raised to 3, 3 raised to 3 cancel, And pay attention, we have 7 raised to 2 and 7 raised to 3. It means what? We have 2 7 in the denominator and 3 7 in the numerator. It is like this: 7 7 7 in the numerator and 7 7 in the denominator. 3 7 in the numerator, 2 7. 2 7 2 7 cancel. We have 1 7 remaining. So I can say that this gets cancelled. We have 1 7 remaining over there. Okay. So I have 7 6 square. 6 square is nothing but 6 into 6. 2 cube is 2 into 2 into 2. Okay, I just want to cancel it, so I didn't wrote 8 over here. So 2 1s are 2 3s are 2 1s are 2 3s are. Anything can get cancelled? No. So 3 3s are 9, 9 7s are 63 upon 2 is your final answer for the fourth part. Okay. Okay, now we'll start with the first part of the fifth question. Okay, now certain steps I will directly solve it, okay, without showing the basic steps of it. So I have minus n over here. I will just reciprocal it to take it plus 125 upon 64 raised to 2 upon 3. Here 3 means cube root, pay attention. Divided by 1 upon 256 upon 125. Okay, to solve this 256 upon 125, I will just find the factors of 256. 2 1s are, 2 2s are, 2 8s are, 2 6s are, 2 4s are, 2 3s are, 2 2s are, 2 1s are, 2 6s are, 2 8s are, 2 4s are, 2 2s are, 2 1s are. Okay, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, but I don't want 8, I want 4, so I will take group of 2 2. 1 2 3 4, which is 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4. So I can say that 256 can be written as 4 raised to 4. Okay, 256 can be written as 4 raised to 4 upon 625. 625, 5 1s are, I have 1 carried, 5 2s are, 5 5s are, 5 2s are, 5 5s are, 5 5s are, 5 1s are. So 625 can be written as 5 raised to 4. This is 4 raised to 4, this is 5 raised to 4. So 4 upon 5 raised to 4 whole raised to 1 upon 4, so that this 4 and this 4 gets cancelled. And yes, very interesting, anything raised to 0 is 1. Okay, so you can see that this is 3 in the denominator. 3 in the denominator is nothing but cube root. So what is the cube root of 125? Can I say it is 5? Cube root of 64, it is 4. I wrote it directly. That is, this 3 gets cancelled with what? It is nothing but the cube root. Okay, divided by this 4 gets cancelled. So we have 1 upon 4 upon 5, which becomes 5 upon 4. Pay attention, 1 upon a upon b is nothing but b upon a. 1 upon x upon y is nothing but y upon x. So 1 upon 4 upon 5 is 5 upon 4, and it is plus 1. So we have 5 square, that is, okay, see, we do division first, then addition. So it is 5 upon 4 raised to 2. 5 upon 4 raised to nothing means 1. Okay, so base are same. I can say that 5 upon 4 raised to 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1. This plus 1 as it is. BODMAS rule. First division, then addition. Okay. So 5 upon 4 raised to 2 minus 1. It is 5 upon 4 raised to 1 plus 1. Okay, so I'll cross multiply it. 5 plus 4 ones are 4 upon 4. 5 plus it is 9 upon 4. Okay, so the answer for the first one of the fifth one is 9 upon 4. Okay, we'll see the second part of the fifth question. Okay, so 32, and it is 5 in the denominator, so it is something related to fifth root. I'll just find the factors of 32. 2 16s are, 2 8s are, 2 3s are, sorry, 2 4s are, 2 2s are, 2 1s are. So it is 2 raised to 5. Okay, so I can say that 32 can be written as 2 raised to 5. So it is 2 raised to 5 whole raised to 2 upon 5 multiplied by. Okay, so we have 4 raised to 1 upon 2. 4 raised to 1 upon 2 can be written as 4 can be written as 2 raised to 2 whole raised to minus 1 upon 2. multiply by 8 raised to 1 upon 3. 1 upon 3 means cube root, and what is the cube root of 8? It is 2. Okay, now in the denominator we have 2 raised to minus 2. I'll keep it as it is. Divided by 64, and we have 3 in the denominator, so I can write it as 64 as 4 raised to 3 whole raised to minus 1 upon 3. Whatever steps I am doing, it may look difficult, but after the cancellation, the sums will get more easier. So 5 gets cancelled, so I have 2 raised to 2, multiply by 2 gets cancelled, I have 2 raised to minus 1, multiply by 2 raised to nothing means 1. Okay, so over here 3 gets cancelled, I have 2 raised to minus 2, and 4 over here divided by 4 raised to minus 1. Pay attention properly. Okay, we have all the multiplication sign in the numerator, so I can write the formula of a raised to m multiplied by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. So it is 2 raised to 2 plus minus 1 plus 1. Okay, and in the denominator 2 raised to minus 2 divided by 4 can be written as 2 raised to 2 minus 1 as it is. Okay, so I am having here 2 minus 1 1, 2 minus 1 1, and 1 plus 1 2. I have 2 raised to 2, and here in the denominator you can see that we have 2 raised to minus 2 divided by 2 raised to 2 ones are, it is minus 2. So you know that if any number divided by the same number, that is 4 upon 4 1, 7 upon 7 1, 100 upon 100 1, x upon x cancel, it gets 1. So 2 raised to minus 2 divided by 2 raised to minus 2, so it will be 1 in the denominator, and 2 raised to 2 is 4. So my final answer is 4 for the second part of the fifth question. Okay.